Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 1. It is 7:42. I woke up at 7, hung out on my phone until like 7:15, and then started to get ready, like wash my face and stuff. So I'll insert kind of my morning face washing routine in here.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you.
Had I known what I would find, I would have gotten up right at 7 because immediately I found vomit everywhere from my dogs. They like puked all over the bathroom. It looked like there'd been a big old party. And then also in the office I like stepped in it because that's where I keep like some of my face products. So that sucks. So I had to clean that up this morning and then wash my face, and now I'm like running behind. So I'm having Tuesdays tend to feel stressful to me just because like I'm never as rested as I am on a Monday, but it's so far away from the weekend. Anyway, I'm about to get on a meeting, so we'll see, because I have no idea what I'm doing with my first students. Hey! I'm good, how are you?
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family.
Ding dong ding dong, that is the song with joyful ring. All caroling, one seems to hear words of this cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they come.
Okay, now I have like 10 minutes before my next group, and hopefully I can figure out something to do with them. I know this isn't interesting to everybody, but I've been a speech therapy assistant for, this is my 3rd year, and I have gotten through all 3 years with only free stuff. Like I haven't had to pay for stuff. So it's possible. And it's usually still pretty fun and interesting stuff. So I'm just saying. Hey, how's it going? That's okay, no worries.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you...
Hear the people laughing.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring.
Now it's time for the best part of my day.
Me, and only me.
Coffee!
Coffee! Ooh, bubble.
Ooh.
There you go. And every day I give this to her, and she goes, "For me."
That's true. No, don't act like you're annoyed. You're such
I
a
love it.
liar.
Every day. I'm like, man, this is so nice.
It's called being grateful.
Yeah.
Learn about it.
Well, you don't even say thank you. Like, that to me would suffice. I give you the mug and you go, thank you. But you go, is this for me?
And then I say thank you and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
So you get both.
You're
You
very
get
appreciative.
a surprise.
Even
and-
before Thanksgiving, you were this way.
Yeah, I'm thankful
Grateful.
all year round.
Yeah.
I'm more than grateful than just at Thanksgiving. Although I think we still have our little Thanksgiving thankful for thing up. I'll go ahead and show you that.
Oh. It's so sloppy.
What are you thankful for? Kevin. A new president. Parents. Anthony from Queer Eye. Josh from Mythical Kitchen. Fruit. What's this say? Parks?
Parks.
NPR. Puppies.
It was just like, if you felt inspired that day.
Yeah.
we'll put
And
some
we only felt inspired for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days.
We'd put coffee, because you could only put one thing a day. But then you would miss like 5 days. And then
That's
you put
true.
one more thing.
That's true.
Can you tell them about our puppies today?
A little bit.
Our wonderful, lovely dogs.
Vomiting all over. Really terrible. Not fun.
Weird though.
Really kind of weird. Some of it was bright red. I
A little
didn't
bit
film any of it
worrisome.
because that's gross.
Like if they do it again, we'll probably take whoever it was to the vet.
Right. Oh, look at that little baby.
It was like cherry jelly.
Are you okay? Yeah, it did. Yeah, sorry, it did. It was like cherry jelly.
Gotta know. She might just be guilty
You
though,
okay?
because the other one got in trouble for getting too excited and peeing on the couch a little. Spunky, get excited.
Nope.
Just imagine.
I put out a Christmas pillow, but luckily I put it away before it got peed on.
Nice.
That's not all pee. That's us cleaning it up. Oh, if you want to see what for the couple of you that want lesson plans, I'm doing virtual learning, and so I've been doing a lot of Boom learning stuff. So I'll show you what I did this morning.
Okay.
So I had a preschooler this morning and I got this freebie following directions on Boom Learning. And it's like, give the snowman a carrot. And then we're working on like, is it the one that's on top or on bottom? Like prepositions. So there's some stuff like that. And then at the very end, they get to like make their own. But you have all these, so it works on colors, works on top, on bottom, middle, between, you know, and then like put the I next to the I or whatever, and then at the very end, oh god, see, and this one lasts a long time, which is nice. You have 2 snowmen you get to build, and I told them they could build it however they want. So this kid, he like did this basically. He was like, I want this and this, and then he he put this here, and then he put the eyes here. And then I was like, oh, thank God, because his mom was there, and I was like, what is happening? And then he did this. It was really cute. He like had it go.
Did he put a carrot on the midsection?
On the bottom.
Whoa.
And then he put his buttons pretty normal. And then he wanted a pink scarf down here and a blue scarf up here. And then he moved this button somewhere, but I don't remember where. Anyway, it's really cute. So I highly recommend that. Boom Learning, it was totally free. Everything I do is free. I don't pay for anything. And I'm not stealing it either. Because, you know, sometimes it's like, well, yeah, I didn't pay for it, but it is like an $80 thing. What else did I do this morning with a kid? I have these popsicle readings. I wonder who makes those, because you can download them. I got it for free off Teachers Pay Teachers. Okay, here's what it looks like. teacherspayteachers.com/store/Mrs. Bryan. Do you see that? And then it's these, it's like a bunch of different little readings with questions, and they're great. I use them for like all grades, and it totally works for online learning still. I actually have a lot of like reading comprehension stuff still really works, which is nice. And I've been doing like videos where you can like have the book read on YouTube or whatever, and then find little like sequencing questions and stuff. But yeah, so that's some stuff that I'm doing today, and I'll probably reuse a bunch of that stuff today. I try to reuse as much as I can. What did I do yesterday?
You also do I Spy and Get to Know You.
Yeah, there's a lot of good I Spies on like Pinterest. If you follow me on Pinterest, I can link that in the video if you're interested. I save a lot of this stuff on my Pinterest. I get almost everything there. So I'll save that. I've got a bunch of my I Spies on there because that's good for describing, that's good for articulation, because sometimes you have like everything is R words, or I have a lot of kids who just need to work on describing stuff. So I Spy's great, very visual, it's fun. I've also been doing tic-tac-toe a lot, but it's for articulation, and that's on Boom Learning also, and that's been great. And easy, especially when you like run out of, or like something goes shorter than you think, like a reading passages or whatever, and you're like, whoa, we have so much more time. Let's do tic-tac-toe or I Spy, and you have to describe stuff. I also have this fossil game that's articulation on Boom Learning that kids are really loving too. That's more competitive when you have a big group. I have a lot of like individual kids right now, but when you have groups, competitive stuff is nice. While I wait for my next kid and drink my coffee, I'll show you some of the stuff that I'm actively reading and working on. I just bought this off an Instagram ad, this anti-anxiety notebook. I haven't even tried to use it yet because I actually have my anxiety pretty under control, but it was at the beginning of the pandemic, like in March and April, and the summer even, like early summer, it was pretty out of control, like the worst it's ever been. And that's when I bought that. And then of course, by the time it gets here, I kind of figured out a better routine. Yeah. Speaking of which, a lot of mine, I have asthma. I went to my asthma doctor, and she was like, some of your asthma is anxiety induced. So she gave me this asthma action plan. And every time I'm feeling short of breath, which is one of my asthma symptoms and one of my anxiety symptoms, I have to do that. And then it'll show me if it's real asthma, like lung function, or if it's like, I'm just feeling anxious. I'm not actually, like, maybe I'm short of breath, but I'm not having like my lung function not work, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's actually one of the things that helped the most. And then I'm reading Poking a Dead Frog, Conversations with Today's Top Comedy Writers. I just started that. I'm reading 1,000 things at the same time because this book, The Comic Toolbox, and the new Comedy Bible are workbooks, and then this workbook goes with this, even though this is like this gives you the prompts. This is like where you write it. Those are both workbooks, so it's like if I'm in the mood to read, I don't necessarily want to do one of those because it's like you're really sitting there like working on something. And sometimes I'm not in the mood for that, but then sometimes I still want to be like comedy focused. So then I'll read Poking a Dead Frog, because then it's like not prompts, but you're still kind of learning. This is the book that Alex just finished, Conversations with Rabbi Small. I'll show you these real quick because they're cool. Birdie Magazine is a Denver magazine, and it's all like, it's just cool. It's art and storytelling. It's just, I don't know, it's really cool. And I am acquaintances with a girl who works for Birdie. I took a comedy class with her, a sketch writing class. She's hilarious. And I follow the people who write it on Instagram and stuff. They're just cool, and it's a local place, and you can get it around for free around like coffee shops in Denver and stuff. I subscribed just because I wanted to like support them, but they're just, it's super cool if you're into art, and especially if you're into art, honestly. But I also love the articles, like Making It Through, Quit in Quarantine. Anyway, check out Birdie, follow them. I have all of them here just because I'm like not done with any of them. They're just dope. And I don't, when I do finish them, I just don't even know what to do because I don't want to throw them away because they're so pretty, where most of the time I'm pretty good at throwing away magazines. But with these, I'm just like, I want to like hang them. Anyway, so check out Birdie. Briefly, do you have anything you'd like to say about Conversations with Rabbi Small, since you just finished it?
I love Socratic dialogue books. I think that's like the best way to learn anything. So like books that I would say have changed my life have all been Socratic dialogue. Like that have...
Shout them out.
Calculating God and Ishmael are always my two primary ones. From what I've heard, Ishmael is a lot like Sapiens, for those who love Sapiens. But it sounds like Sapiens is much more an author telling you something, where Ishmael is a fictional story of two characters that have conversations. And that's exactly what Rabbi Small is. They bump into a rabbi at a hotel, a man and his fiance, and they just talk about like what Judaism is and what it's like to be a Jew, which is really enlightening, you know?
Yeah.
My cousin is a converted Jew, and his wife and family. I don't know if his wife also converted, I assume.
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
So then it's really cool to like not just read a Wikipedia page on like how
Totally.
to convert to
Or
Jew, like,
just
what
watch
do Jews
Fiddler
believe?
on the Roof.
Yeah, which I love. So I was reading this book for a long time. I always read it in chunks, but I finally finished it
Nice.
over Thanksgiving because I just took time off. Jews really respect life, which I appreciate.
Totally.
Here, should I read a passage?
Sure.
You bring it to me? So, this is where I start the book every time I put it down. Because I'm like, oh, it's bookmarked. And then I realize that it's a special bookmark, and it's because this was like some of the most impactful stuff. You can cut out whatever you want. But
Okay.
this is like the best part of Rabbi Small. And no offense to other religions. I just read this and was like, man, that really speaks to me. I really like this about...
Yeah, this is a personal thing to you. You're not making any sweeping statements. This
Yeah.
is just something that you connected with.
And if you're offended by anything I say, it was Rabbi Small who said it. Deism. No, Judaism is not deism. We are convinced that in creating the universe, God had a plan or purpose, and that he must be interested in how it is working out. Let's go back to that scenario I gave you of the broadcasting station. That suggests the idea that God is so interested that he broadcasts truth and knowledge and understanding every minute of the day and every day of the year. He is constantly interested and concerned, and presumably the more of it we can absorb, the better, the healthier, the wiser we will be. If life on this earth were completely happy and pleasant, if there were no sadness, no affliction of any kind, we might never think of God, and we would feel no need of him. Our need is because of pain and suffering, the hardship and disappointment. Now, we cope with it in various ways. I mentioned some of them. Analgesics, like drugs, alcohol, sex, gluttonous feasting, or counter-irritants, like aestheticism, flagellation, and mutilation. There are also the psychological solutions embodied in doctrines, like the Christian one, to the effect that this world is merely a gateway to the next, where there will be no pain and suffering, only ineffable bliss for those who qualify. Islam also offers a heaven, one of quite earthly and mundane pleasures, and needless to say, without any of the penalties that pleasure is apt to exact on earth. The pains of this life the Muslim bears with patience, since it is his fate, kismet. The Christian Scientist goes further. He denies that there is pain. He regards it as delusion. On the other hand, the Eastern religions have evolved techniques for blotting out pain, and in place of heaven, the Buddhist looks forward to another reincarnation where he hopes life will be easier. Well, what's wrong with them if they work? Asked Aaron. What's wrong with them is that they all represent a flight from reality of one sort of another, and in the long run, that never works. Then what did Jews do? Asked Joan. This is where it gets good. We did an unusual thing. We chose to face reality and accept it. We recognize that our world is imperfect and as a result offers much in the way of hardship and bitterness and vexation. We bless God for whatever good he has given us, and for the bad, we bless him for that too. The Lord giveth and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Good stuff.
But also,
It's interesting.
terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. But that's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
It feels foolishly brave,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Anyway. So, it's really impacted me. I would never say never. I wouldn't, at this point, convert to Judaism because they themselves say, don't do this, don't convert if you don't have to.
Yeah.
But, like, if you want to believe in Jewish stuff, like, go ahead. So.
That's true.
Anywho. I am already circumcised, so.
I'm gonna put on a tiny bit of makeup because I might work out today, so I don't want to put on like foundation yet or anything like that. But it's like, since I'm on Zooms all day, and I've got a class tonight with Joey. This way at least I'll have something going on. I just did that thing where, oh gosh, you can't see me, where Tarte, you can like fill up a makeup bag full of stuff. So all this is that. It's like all new stuff that I'm testing out and don't know what I think yet. But I'm doing Busy Gal Brow, if you're interested. And I never do eyebrows, so I'm bad at them, by the way. And I've got my father's eyebrows, so they're pretty wiry and out of control. By the way, if anyone has a good makeup remover, I feel like I can never get like eyelash, like mascara or eyebrows off. So, and then I'll get like zits on my eyebrows. So, if anyone's got something they like, let me know. And then I'm doing this little mini lights, camera, lashes, and curl my eyelashes. Normally I would do eyes last, but if I work out, I don't want to have like foundation. Normally I would start with like primer foundation. But today that'll be last if I do it at all. All right, that's it for now. And I gotta clean it up a little bit. Also, I'll walk you through the skincare that I did this morning. I'm testing out some new, my favorite skincare line right now is Sunday Riley. It's a little bit expensive, so I like to take advantage when they do like around this time, like their Christmas kits and stuff that like you get a bunch of stuff for the price of like one thing. It's all still expensive, but believe it or not, I'm kind of breaking out right now, but in general, I feel like it has really improved my skin. So this is, I've been testing out this whole kit. Some of the stuff I've used before. I've been using Ceramic Slip for like a year or two. Love it, really good. That's my cleanser. And when I'm not using that, I just use Cetaphil. I've done Proactive, I've done way more expensive stuff. Cetaphil's great. Pink Drink is their new thing, and so far, I gotta say, I'm not noticing a difference at all. It's calls itself a firming resurfacing essence, and I'm not noticing any difference. I've been using it for maybe like a month, morning and night, and I really don't notice. CEO and CEO Glow, I love. I've been using those for like a year, and I love them. I tend to have like combination oily, acne-prone skin, and so I always avoided oils, but if you saw the way I did it this morning, it's just like 3 small drops and I mix it in with this CEO. And sometimes when I'm not using all these products, I'll alternate these. And so I'll use one on a day without any oil. And then I'll do this by itself without like the serum. Anyway, it smells good. It's got turmeric, which is like anti-inflammatory. And I love it. If you can only buy one Sunday Riley thing, I would say buy Good Genes. It is so great. I feel like it helped my acne. It smells good. It feels good. If I skip everything else in my routine, like if I'm only gonna do one thing, I'll just wash my face with either Cetaphil or Ceramic Slip and then just put on Good Genes and do nothing else. And like I don't know, I love it. I guess smoothed my skin. I think it's even got some anti-aging, which sometimes like you don't want to mix like something that can be anti-aging with like acne-prone skin, but that's one that doesn't clog my pores. Yeah, and then I don't use autocorrect because it has lentils in it or something, and I'm allergic to lentils, so I tried it once because sometimes I can use like macadamia skincare stuff like lotion, but since it's like an eye cream, I don't use it because that skin's so sensitive that it like made my eyes kind of itchy. But I think that's only me because of my lentil sensitivity. So yeah, that's a little bit of skincare stuff. One of my kids canceled, so now I have some time, so I'm gonna do part of my workout, not everything that I'll do today, but I've been doing the challenge that maybe some of you have seen going around that's like 1,000 skips a day, like jump roping. I'm a terrible jump roper, so I'll just, you know, speed through this and you can laugh at what a horrible jump roper I am. I have to stop like every 2 seconds and die. But not because I'm tired, just because I can't jump rope. What else was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, so I'm doing the 30-day challenge of it and I'm on day 8. Today's day 9 of like 9 days in a row. I technically have like 10 or 11 days, but I like took a break one day. So I'm counting actual days in a row. So today will be 9 actual days in a row and I'm going for the whole month. So, yeah, so enjoy laughing at me while I jump rope.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you
hear the people laughing.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family.
Ding dong ding dong, that is the song with joyful ring. All caroling, one seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound.
Hear the people laughing.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you.
All right, I think that was like 1,000. I try to write down every 100 or like anytime I have to stop, like if Alex passes through, the dog passes through or whatever, I try to write it down. So sometimes it'll be like 112 or whatever. But I feel like I missed a couple, so I try to do like 20 extra just for any of those times that I miscount or miss, or like my battery died or I had to go to the bathroom, you know what I mean? So tried to do a little extra, but that should be like 1,000 skips, which is pretty cool. And God, for those of you that are good jump ropers, if you thought that was bad, you should have seen me on day one. I like couldn't do it at all. And just like that round of 1,000 was like my best round so far, where I was like, I can't believe how many I did in a row. You know, like just so dumb. So it'll be cool to see where I end up in 30 days. And if I do vlog it every day, maybe you'll see me get better or just plateau right there. But yeah, I've actually been kind of liking that. I like my quarantine workout routines have been pretty varied. At the beginning of quarantine, I was doing P90X for like 3 months or however long that is, 90 days, I guess. So I did that for like 90 days. But you know, I'd go through phases where I'd be like, oh, I just don't want to because I'd be so sore or whatever. And then I'd like fall off the wagon for like weeks. And then I'd like hop back on where I left off. But then like, you know, you'd lose some of your strength or whatever. Like where, anyway. So now I've been trying to do things where it's like, what are like little things I can do throughout the day that are a little more sustainable? And sometimes it is a P90X just because I'll be like, I want to lift weights, but I want to do it to a video. But like some of the ones on YouTube, sometimes I just want something harder, you know? Or just something familiar. But yeah, I've been doing my jump ropes every day for like 10 days, 9 days. And then I got this recumbent bike from my parents. And I was just like, I'm like, the gyms are closed, and even when they're open, I just don't feel comfortable with COVID, like going to a gym right now, with people just like breathing heavy, and I don't know, it just feels like I can do a lot at home. So I ride my recumbent bike every day for like, sometimes like 2 hours, but that's not like, you know, like steady, more like endurance training where it's not like full force, high heart rate. It's more like keep my heart rate at like 100, 110, like no higher than 130, like just kind of building up some aerobic base, you know what I mean? My dad's really into that. And or I'll just like jump on and do like a 15-minute or 10-minute one where I like do go really hard and get my heart rate higher. But yeah, and then I've been doing like a core power yoga video thing that I get sent to my email, and that's been really fun. I might do that today because I think I should have time after work. What'd you do? Tell me about it. You did? What else did you do? Is that it? You did? You played Mortal Kombat?
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family.
So with that kid, he's working on S blends, and we do this free fossil game that I got on Boom Learning, and it's where, here, let me see if I can do another one just so you can see. So you can either have them pick a number 1 through 18, or you can have them take turns, and it's like you move this and you put the dirt on the shovel, and then you have school, and then you have skeleton, and then you have a fossil. And so then if they get 3 fossils, they win the board. Yeah, they freaking love this game. Holy cow. It gets so competitive, they get so intense. At least my boys do, my kiddos. So I highly recommend that game. It's called, let me see who made it, does it say? It's Fossil Articulation Game S Blends Freebie by Thrifty Speechy. Can you see that? Boop, boop, boop. There it is. Thrifty Speechy, this one. Holy cow, they love it so much. So again, I think that's on my Pinterest. If you need some speech therapy games, holy cow, that one is really fun. Sorry, that was blurry. That kid is so hilarious. Obviously I couldn't show you anything, but I have to just tell you, he was like pretending to be a YouTuber. He's like a first grader, I think. And he was pretending to be a YouTuber where he was like, hey guys, what's up? All right, who do you think's gonna win? The teacher or the boy? That's what he kept saying. It was so cute. It was so cute. He's so crazy. And he like walked me around his whole house and showed me his Christmas tree and stuff because he saw mine. And he's adorable and so hyper and so funny. But he does a good job if you like let him show you. Like he showed me a couple of his Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He told me a little bit about his break and playing Mortal Kombat, which like, he's way too young. All my kids play stuff that I'm like, I can't believe that you like that. I would have been so scared at your age to play Mortal Kombat. But yeah, so he told me all about playing Mortal Kombat. He showed me his Yu-Gi-Oh cards and his favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He showed me his Christmas lights and Christmas tree and outside his Christmas. And he did it all within like 5 minutes. Like that whole span that I filmed that's all he did. And I was like, in reality, that's really fast. Like for a 5-minute warm up to like shows you how fast he talks. And then he goes, okay, what are we playing? And I was like, well, we have a couple of choices. So I gave him some choices. And he normally doesn't, he stopped kind of liking that fossil game for a while because it gets too competitive sometimes. But since one of the students in that group was missing, he was like, okay, we'll play, just you and me will play the fossil game. And I was like, okay. And I didn't even let him win. He won on his own twice. Best 2 out of 3 he won. I won 1. Anyway, that one's really fun. And that kid's really, if you're interested, so if you follow me online, you know that I'm co-founder of Omnia Events, and with quarantine and not quarantine, but you know what I mean, COVID and social distancing, we obviously have had a slow year with events, to say the least, or like events we did have for 2020 got postponed, and like some weddings and stuff. So we started a blog because we were like, well, we still want to be working on something and we want to be putting something out as a company, and you know, and this showed us, you know, like obviously sometimes you need to be more than just in-person events. So like what else can you offer as a business? So we started doing a blog. So if you want a little sneak peek of this week's, we're trying to do just a bunch of blogs in December with the holidays and stuff. So I'm working on this week's in between other work tasks. Like I had another kid cancel, and so I was like, well, great, this is a good chance, since I don't have like notes to write with that, this is a good chance to like look at what I'm doing for the blog this week. So this week's blog, what we're working on is like shopping and decorating tips. And so it's like, we're gonna be shouting out some like small businesses that we love. We're gonna be talking about some stocking stuffers, and then some alternative gifting options, because, you know, with COVID, like tons of people lost their jobs, and money is gonna be a little bit tight for many people. So looking at alternative gifting options instead of like Secret Santa or White Elephant, or just some other ideas. I don't want to spoil everything. But yeah, so there's just like ways where you can buy for only one person in your family instead of buying a gift for everybody, because I know in past years it's always been like a present for each individual person in my family and Alex's family, and so we're doing some different stuff this year, and we're talking about it on the blog too. So yeah, there's some little sneak peek, and throughout the month we'll be talking about some other like baking and just like hacks, like we've been doing, like life hacks. Trying to. If you have anything you want us to talk about in the blog and you see this, let me know. Or just stuff that maybe isn't Christmassy, but we can talk about later in the year after Christmas and stuff. All right, I'm done with work and it is core power yoga time. I have never recorded this before and I'm dreading seeing it because I am not a yogi by any means, so, and I'm not an athlete by any means, so don't judge me too hard.
the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you
hear the people laughing.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family.
Ding dong ding dong, that is the song with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how we pound.
mistletoe hung where you
Hear the people laughing.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family.
Ding dong ding dong, that is the song with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems
All right, that was my yoga, core power yoga. Now I'm super motivated by my stupid rings. I know they're not accurate at all, but I just am so motivated to like close all of them. I just like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure lots of people relate to that and feel that way too. Anyway, so I'm at 551 and my goal is set for 690. So that's like not that far off. So I'm just gonna ride my recumbent bike right now and like watch a show. And then I'm probably gonna like make some dinner. I'll probably just heat up leftovers. We have some like pizza or something in the fridge, I'm sure. Yeah, so I'll do that, heat up some leftovers, and then tonight I have my pilot riding class with Joey. So I'm riding my bike. So Joey and I did a pilot riding class before this, like a month ago. And that was where we came up, no, that wasn't pilot riding. Joey and I did a pitch riding class about a month ago, where we like each came up with a show idea. Well, everyone in the class came up with a show idea. Joey and I worked on 2 together collaboratively. And then we created a pitch packet to like pitch and sell our TV shows. Now we're doing a 3-part pilot writing class to really like perfect our 2 pilots that we want, because right now we just have like, we don't even really have an outline. It's like, I think I want some of these things to happen, but it's just like fun ideas right now that aren't structured, and then a very tiny paragraph of an idea of what will happen in the pilot. So anyway, we're taking this 3-part pilot writing class. It'll probably take, the one we're in right now is part 1, and it's 7 weeks, and I think all of them are 7 weeks. So that we'll be doing that for like the next year, because we've only had 1 class so far. Tonight's our 2nd class. Everyone in that class is really nice. It's through Second City. I've taken a ton of classes over quarantine through Voodoo Comedy, which is now Rise Comedy, and I freaking love them. That's a Denver-based place. I highly suggest you check them out. Whether that's just like for classes or for fun shows or for something for your kids to do. They have like kids classes. Yeah, so I totally recommend that. Second City is also really, I mean, well respected, and people I love, like Thomas Middleditch and stuff, came from Second City, and I think Seth Meyers, and so yeah. Anyway, so that's been really fun and rewarding to work on together. So that's tonight, and that's what I really want to put makeup on for, is to be like, oh, I'm put together, even though I don't. Even though I look like this, I like my job, but I just work with kids and they don't really care. Not that adults care. Anyway, I just want to be like cute, I guess. Okay, I closed my move rings on my Apple Watch and washed my face off like all the sweat so I don't trap it under there. And now I'm gonna do my makeup for my Zoom class tonight. Oh, also, look at my beautiful gift, my birthday present from Joey. It says, to my then co-editor-in-chief, to my now screenwriting partner, let's do this. And then you open it up, and it's a beautiful pen and pencil. And you know, you can like stick it in and have it there. Isn't that so cute? And I'll probably wear my stupid blue light glasses, and you won't even be noticing my makeup anyway. So stupid, but whatever. Going with the new Tarte stuff that I got that I already showed you, I'm gonna do a poreless primer. I don't know if it's like my favorite primer ever, but I'm kind of shopping for a new primer, so I was like, well, might as well. And then I just put it on with my fingers. And then I'm gonna do, I just got this new, again, it's all freaking Tarte because that's what I'm testing out. Like a powder foundation, which I've actually never used in my whole life before until this. So I'm just sort of testing it. This is a Real Techniques brush that I've had for a long time, and I broke the bottom off of it. It's around here somewhere. Cover some of these little zits. Oh, I should put my concealer on those zits first. Oh well, I'll blend it. And I'm a little sleepy, so we can put some concealer on those bags under my eyes. And we'll just see what happens, huh? Sometimes, just kidding, just like once I did a get ready with me on Twitch, and no surprise there, never freaking again. Just kidding, maybe I will. But, of course, weird creepy guys came in and they were like, I love your nails, you should scratch yourself. You know what I mean? And honestly, it's probably just people being trolls, so I didn't feel that weird about it. But then there's that like little part of you that's like, is it not a troll? Is it actually like kind of someone pervy? A little bit of both, probably. A little mix of like a little bit pervy, a little bit kidding, you know what I mean? I wonder if they get good reactions, because I'm sure they do that to like everybody, right? I wonder if people really freak out or if everyone's just used to the internet at this point and they're just like, nice try, sucker. What do I want to fix on my webcam? My under eyes? Oh, if you care, that's NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Pretty much my favorite makeup brand of all time is anything NARS. You could give me anything and I'd be like, yep. I'm excited. I love it. Wow. Everyone will be like, how's she so awake? All she does is sleep. No under eyes, huh? So my usual everyday one is the Laura Mercier eyeshadow primer. But when it's only like gonna be a not all day thing, I'll just do Shadow Insurance. But I don't feel like Shadow Insurance works that well, personally. And honestly, maybe I should go for one that lasts a little longer because this class goes from, it's only like 3 something right now. Maybe it's 4. Oh, it's 4. It's 4 right now, and my class goes until 11. So maybe I should actually be going for something longer wear, but wow. See, I'm not a fan. It's like too liquidy, and now I'm like having to tug on my eyes. Don't do it. Do not do Shadow Insurance. I just don't like wasting stuff, so I'm gonna use it up. You know, it doesn't work. Gross, hated that. More NARS. NARS Laguna is my favorite bronzer. I take like this kind of flat brush and I just do around my face and stuff. Just cash. So that they're like, oh, she goes outside. Maybe she rides a bike outside instead of a recumbent bike inside, you know? Try to trick people into thinking I have cheekbones, huh? Used to. High school. High school I had cheekbones. And a little bit of leftover right there. And then trick people into thinking you got that snatched jaw, huh? They're gonna be like, wow, she's so skinny. Just kidding. Then what I'm gonna do next is, they don't even make this anymore, but it's Tanya Burr illuminating powder in warm bronze. I'm gonna use it on my cheeks and on my eyes. Yeah. This is like a blush brush, so maybe there's a little bit of extra blush on there too. Get a little bit of that extra whammy. But then it's just like everything kind of, this is just easy. Let's see, and then I'll do a little bit more with the eyeshadow brush. I sound like Carol Channing. People even know what that is? I don't know. Sometimes I actually find that I don't like how I look with wings when I'm on my webcam, but we'll try a little bit. This is the Clinique little eyeliner, but I've used it a lot, so it's rubbed off. Good English, huh? So I start at that outer corner and just kind of build out, and then I connect it to like my bottom lash line, and then connect. Ooh. Yeah, I don't love that on a webcam. It's like it's so dark. I do like it in person though. Yeah, not loving it. How does it look with my glasses on? Oh good, you can't see it at all. Might as well not have eyes. Oh well. Well, you win some, you lose some, huh? I like kind of a clumpy eyelash. I know that's not for everybody. And if you don't like a clumpy eyelash, don't do Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara because that's a clumpy lash, but I like it. I do recommend for Zoom meetings, like just going to your Zoom account and opening like your personal meeting when you're doing your makeup, because like I think often what looks good in person does not look good on a Zoom meeting. So if you're like, I'm in Zoom meetings all day, open your camera and see what looks good, you know, while you do your makeup, or use that as your mirror. And then you might look, you know, jacked up, not jacked. You might look all messed up in person, but who cares, right? They're only seeing you on Zoom. And then I've been liking to do a tiny bit of like purple eyeshadow. I just feel like that looks kind of good on purple. I mean, barely, like lavendery. Like, and what palette do I want to do? Oh, like I have this one. They have that new purple one and I'm drawn to that. But just like a little bit. Like, I'll take just like a little. Yeah. On my crease. Of course, my camera died, so I didn't get to finish talking about my makeup. And it got so cold in here, so I changed all my workout clothes, and I just am like, okay, I'm putting on a clean t-shirt and a hoodie, and now I'm gonna like eat a little bit before my class, and opened up a little present for myself, which is $2 Chuck. Can you believe it? Gave myself a hefty pour, and I'm heating up a couple of slices of pizza from a local pizza place. Colorado people, in case you're interested, it's famous pizzas and subs. It's off Colfax. I live in Denver, so yeah.
Hey. In my head, I was like, I think it's one of those things where when you're alone, you're like, I'm not drinking too much. And then all of a sudden, I'm like interacting with you, and immediately I'm like, I shouldn't have poured a third glass of wine. I'm going to be just drunk.
Yeah.
I'm going to be intoxicated.
I'm so tipsy, I was like, do I need a hat for tonight? And I'm like, no.
Came in here looking all bougie.
With your wine glass. I have
I'm
like a whole...
hello, cheers, everyone.
I poured like this much margarita and then like this much peach schnapps. It's so weird because last week when we drank, I just had beer and I was like, this is chill. And then for some reason this week I was like, hard liquor? Yeah, okay.
I know.
Is that too bright?
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like, he has started doing butt exercises to try to develop his butt. I told him I want him to keep this up until his butt looks just like Joey's. Wink. I showed him your CrossFit photo and he said, wow, smiley face. Don't you wish we were just sitting in the same room?
Yes.
Like going through this? Like we just meet ourselves and we're just like...
Yes! I mean, I know we can text, but but with how much we've been drinking, we're going to be like... and they're like, Katie and Joey, stop texting each other. Like we're both going...